Hello guys, my name is Edward and today I am riding at the beautiful Urho Kekkonen National Park, which is just at the border with Russia on the very north of Finland. So this is basically Lapland already, and the scenery around is very Lappish. Do you have a word Lappish? I have no idea. Today the idea is to do around 50 to 60 kilometers. So this is the map of Urho Kekkonen National Park, and this is actually only the western part of it, and you see it here marked by green, so this is the area of national park. But in reality the national park is much larger. It continues to the east, and it is actually very huge, very big, but most of the routes are the ones that tourists, walkers and hikers are taking. They start here at Saariselkä, or another possibility to start is at Kiilopää, and I am here at Kiilopää at the moment, and we'll start from here. The routes that can be mountain biked in Urho Kekkonen National Park, they are all marked on the map. So basically, if they are walking routes, you can mountain bike them, but you cannot mountain bike on the routes which are not marked here. So you have to be very careful of where you're going. And my idea for today is to depart Kiilopää, and Kiilopää is actually quite a large hill. I think it's around 450 meters high, or maybe even more, and to climb this Kiilopää hill and then go around possibly this route to Taajoslaavu, and then go to the north to Vellinsärpimä, and then continue towards the Saariselkä from here, or possibly even here. I will check on the map later which route would be better, and then go over this some routes towards the Ruijanpolku, and Ruijanpolku goes from Laanila to Kiilopää. So I will continue here to Ruijanpolku and come back to Kiilopää. So it will be a circle route, which is nice. So I will get a lot of places to visit in the same day, and now it's already 12 o'clock, a little bit more, so I hope to finish at around 7, maybe 8, so it will be around 8-hour trip. So departed the parking lot, and here in central in the national park, as I told already, you cannot bike outside of the marked routes. So now, as I'm climbing Kiilopää, which is in front, I have to take these bridges over here and ride them up, but should not be that big of a challenge, as they are quite easy. National Park of Urho Kekkonen is around 2,500 square meters, so it's a huge area, and it has around 200 kilometers of marked trails, which starting from this year are also can be used for mountain biking. It is very good to do the climbing at the beginning, so you have a lot of strength left, because if you will come here and ride this trail or trails, be sure to take enough of clothing with you, because some of the route goes outside of the forest line. The winds there much stronger than they are in the forest. Wow, and this is looks like a beach at the center of the mountain. And this is the first section, which is steeper and not rideable. The sceneries here are definitely really different from what I used to be riding. Whew, that was steep. First 1.5 kilometers covered, and it was all the way uphill, actually pretty steep uphill, and I tried to ride it as much as I could, but at some point I just realized that it's quite impossible, or at least with my legs, so I ended up pushing the bike on the stairs, but the views here are amazing, as you can see, and I still have probably about halfway to go, but already now it's really nice. Yeah, if you want to have gentle riding, do not go up this hill, but again, if you want to some challenge and want to do a loop which includes all the nicest points of the national park, like me, everything in one day, so yeah, you will need to do some pushing here. Currently I am at 489 meters and still climbing. So have climbed these stairs over 150 meters up, and the rest of the ascent to the top of Kiilopää is rideable. The top has been conquered, and now I continue to Rumakuru. Wow, nice! And look at these views, they are just amazing. And here, as you can see, there are quite a bit of stones, so you have to take it easy not to puncture or tear your tire. And these rocks are large as well. This trail is pretty technical, so if you are a beginner, not a trail for you, definitely not. And if you are an average rider, just reserve a lot of time for riding this, because it's this is not the easiest one to ride. Riding with the full suspension bike will also make your life much more easier. Alright, and now there is an intersection, and as promised, there are signs here. We are in this spot, and I have departed Kiilopää and have traveled this bit of the route so far, and now I'm here, and the idea next is to follow this Luulampi trail, the yellow one, to the Luulampi shelter. As you can see here, this trail is also very nicely signposted. Lots of rocks here. Whoa. So if you will come here with a bike, I would strongly recommend you to have at least your knee protectors. Of course, you always have to have a helmet, but at least your knee protection, because it's very rocky and sketchy here, and there might be some bits where you will need to dismount your bike quickly. But definitely really nice. And that was sketchy. And now I will go that direction, or yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's the trail. Okay, and be very careful with this kind of sections. As you can see over here, there is a stream and there is no bridge and stuff, so don't ride too fast. I really enjoy riding this kind of open areas. It will be nice to get a single track, but there will be some single track sections on this route somewhere ahead. As you will come here, it is quite important to take proper clothing with you. You should carry at least a rain jacket, because the weather can be a little bit unpredictable. Do take an extra layer of clothing. I have a base layer here, as you see, under my shirt, bike shirt, and it works pretty fine. And there is a gate, and this gate is for the reindeers, I think, not to cross. So let's go through. And this is Luulampi. There is the shelter in front. So I am here at Luulampi shelter, and it is actually pretty huge one. And one thing about these shelters is that you are allowed to eat here, but you are not allowed to sleep in these shelters. So you need to carry your own tent. Here, as you can see, very nicely refurbished, and it has pretty many tables to enjoy your lunch. This is the Luulampi, small lake, and there are those sandy dunes which make this view quite nice, actually. All right, so I'm now continuing to Taajoslaavu, and it is about 4 kilometers there. So the route continues on the forest road, and as you will come here, you will definitely need a map, and as you will mountain bike, you will don't need to probably have a very detailed map of the area, as you will not detour from the marked route anyway. So you can get the map from the information desks at Kiilopää or at Saariselkä, and the map costs 4 euros. According to that map, you can easily navigate on all of the routes which are here, so you will not need to purchase any more detailed one. And this descent is so long that my legs are already like totally over. And now there is this swampy bit. Let's try to find a way through the swamp, and this is definitely very wet. All right, and I will need to jump, but well, that's a nice adventure, I guess. Let's see. Okay, now one of my feet is wet. Okay, now I will attempt quite a stupid thing, not to get my feet wet, and I will try to ride the swamp. Ei ollut niin helpota reitti. This route was not that easy. Yeah, it's like very interesting. But there was a sign though there that this bit is closed, so I guess it is closed because of this swamp. This is stupid what I'm doing. Okay, now I got myself through this at least. But hopefully there won't be like any place here where we will not be able to cross. Would be like a shame to go all the way back. That's actually maybe even nice to have these kind of things, because otherwise it can be a little bit boring just to walk and it's very easy. Here there is something to remember, right? Yeah. Which national parks you have been?
I've only just started.
Ah, you just started, okay.
This is the first one.
Okay. So how do you find it?
I like it.
Okay. When someone from Switzerland says that they like something in Finland, then it's very impressive, because you have a really nice sceneries in your home country.
I think we made it.
Yeah, that was good. High five. Have fun. So I have cleared that swampy bit, and this is the reason why there was a tag there about road being closed. I cannot describe it anyhow, but the feeling of riding here is somehow different to the one of riding in the southern Finland. This somehow feels so much more tranquil, the forest and nature, and like everything has stopped. So where now? I don't see any markings. But I guess this year there was so much rain that the this trail is flooded. Okay, over there I see the next marking. So here you will definitely get a sense of adventure. And then there is the Laavu ahead, the shelter. Wow, and this place is definitely really nice. Check this out. And one thing about this route is that you do not need to carry much water, as there is a lot of water available everywhere, and you can see all these streams of rivers going every direction. So I have reached Taajoslaavu, which is just over here, and this small bit was a little bit swampy, and next from Taajoslaavu I will need to go 7.9 kilometers to Vellinsärpimä, and this is supposed to be very nice single track. And as you see here, this route is a bit challenging in places, and it has wooden bridges that are worn a little bit at least, and riding on them with the bike can be sketchy. Whoa. Whoa. This is definitely muddy and slippery. If you are riding this single track to the opposite direction, the ride will be definitely much smoother, in a way that you will get to enjoy much more of the downhill. And there is a river going on the right side of me. No shortage in terms of water here at all. As you will ride in these remote areas, and the nature of Lapland, depending on the weather, can be quite unpredictable, so do check into the information desks at the start of the route, so if something happens and you will not be able to contact help because the coverage for mobile networks here is not the best. At some places you get it, in some not, but yeah, do check in and say where you are going and for how long, so if something happens then people will know where to look for you. This is again very muddy. The good thing is that I have quite a sturdy tire on the back, so it gets some traction at least, and the idea here is to ride very smooth and not try to push too hard, because otherwise your back wheel will spin and you will just stop. So I'm going up the hill all the time. Now I am already at 350 meters. I have departed from 275, I think, and of course it goes without saying that you will need to have all the necessary bike repair equipment with you when you are going on the routes like this. At least you should have a multi-tool, a spare tube, a pump of course, and tire levers in order to remove the tire and change the tube, and those are absolutely must. Yeah, this trail is definitely best ridden other direction. Pretty nice sceneries here, and as you can see, this trail is amazing. It's really nice, twisty, and just enough of a challenge here as well. And I'm still climbing. Woohoo! This is definitely nice. So far I have not seen any reindeers, but I really hope that there will be some on the way. Just enough of a challenge, but still rideable. As I told you at the beginning, this is not definitely for the beginners. You should have an experience in mountain biking and hiking as well in order to come for a trip like this, far from to the wilderness. If you are a beginner, there are quite a lot of other marked, very nicely marked trails that you can do in the area, and maybe you should start from those first. But check out this descent. How nice is this? It's really cool. And definitely full suspension bike here is a proper way of going forward. One of the best single tracks I have been riding so far in Finland. Really cool. Let's stop over here for a short break. This is definitely very nice in terms of filling your water reserves. There are lots of these kind of streams here, and the water is really pure. So after initial a bit more challenging section, the road continues and it is easier. And as you see around, there are definitely much more trees in this area. So it starts to look like proper Finnish forest again. It is now around 12 degrees, and my extra layers of clothes are definitely handy. Whoa. That was actually pretty sketchy. As you can probably hear, the wind has picked up, and this is one of the things that I told you in the beginning about the quickly changing weather. It was very warm just around 20 minutes ago, and now it starts to be quite chilly. So be very careful with the Lappish nature. Don't joke with it. Come prepared. And a part of the marked routes in Urho Kekkonen National Park, there are lots of other routes that are not marked, and those can be days or even weeks long hikes in the park, in the total wilderness. Of course, you cannot mountain bike in those trails, but if you are an adventurous type, you should probably come with the backpack here as well, with the bigger one, tent and stuff, and after mountain biking, take your gear and go into the wild for a few days. Mara. So 19 kilometers on the meter, and I am here at Vellinsärpimä, which is the shelter on this route. And I'm not sure if the camera can capture everything here, but there is a table here. You can eat, and there are some benches, and you will need to camp outside. But there are a lot of places around where you can do camping, so it's not a problem at all. And there are some wood there, and there is a very nice stream just ahead. Let's check that out. So far on this route I have only met a couple of persons, one girl from Switzerland and one guy from Finland. He's local, so this is quite a secluded place. So if you want to enjoy a very peaceful hike, this is definitely for you. We are at Vellinsärpimä, and it is over here. So my idea for this route next is to take this path towards the Taajoslaavu, and then continue this red route, which is called Rumakuru, towards this intersection, and then go towards the Laanila and then take the Ruijanpolku. This is because I have asked the local guy. He was very helpful. That he said that actually this bit, starting from here, it is a gravel road, and you can actually ride it by car. So this is not very nice if you are seeking for the single track mountain biking. This is not like the best route to take. So basically I will skip this path and this one as well, of course, and then I will take this one. And this should be quite a nice single track for the next 5 kilometers or so. And there will be roots and rocks and some wooden bridges as well. And as you see, in some places these are in a quite bad condition, in so bad that I'm not really sure if these are rideable, so it's better to take them slow. So if you are a beginner, again, not a trail for you, but if you are a little bit more experienced, this is really nice. So Saariselkä, 6 kilometers there, and an awesome single track. And as you can see here, as the wooden bridges are, their condition is quite bad. People start to walk around them. Wow, look at this. Now the terrain has changed to more rocky, so here you have to be quite careful with your riding. And here is a small fireplace. I think that it is not on the map at all. I have traveled 21.5 kilometers. Let's check what that hut is all about. Ah no, this is actually the toilet. And on the other side you can get some wood. I guess this is the wood storage. And I am now starting to climb that hill, which is just around the trees over there.
Huomenna ajattelin mennä itse Luulamelle pyörälle ja sit sieltä pääsee ottaa nämä kepit mukaan, niin tehdään 25-60 kävelyreitti.
And here is the stream crossing, and I am a little bit too shy for riding here. Possibly could be ridden, but maybe it's better to carry the bike. Here you go. And now this part can be a bit sketchy. I was told by the local guy that there will be some pushing here. I am at 311 meters from the sea level at the moment, and climbing. There are some rocky ascents ahead. And by the way, forgot to mention, when it is wet, it will be so sketchy in here. Check this out. So 343 meters. This would be quite nice to ride downhill. And now I'm out of the forest line. Still climbing 375. Real rocky this part of the trail. Check out these views. Really cool. Okay, so now the trail go in that small canyon there, continues, and I'm not climbing that hill as I was expecting. As you see, lots of loose rocks over here, so very steady, not to puncture your wheel and not to fall. And yeah, I cannot recommend knee protection here strongly enough, because you will probably need it. And then there are some stairs, and I actually cannot see how long they continue, so I won't ride them. There are a lot of wooden bridges which are rotten as far as I can see from here, so riding on them is quite dangerous actually. So I do not, if you are not Danny McCaskill, it can be sketchy, and this is the easiest way to roll your bike when you need to go on the quite narrow wooden bridges or other narrow things. And that is like rotten and also I think broke. Is it? Hopefully not. Okay, and I'm out. It was about 200 meters of pushing the rotten wooden bridges, could not ride. I still prefer this kind of adventure to the riding of a gravel road, which is on offer on the other route possibility here. That's definitely very different from anything you can experience in the southern part of Finland. And I still keep climbing, 410 meters now.
Siinä on se mukava vilpota joki, missä on joskus.
Niin, totta joo, se on sitten toinen vaihtoehto.
Edvinen vaan tarttuu.
Alright, mutta hei, tsemppiä kisoihin.
Joo, tsemppiä loppumatkalle.
Kiitos paljon. Moi moi. So now the trail became much easier, and just look at that view. How amazing is this? This was totally worth it of coming here and pushing the bike all the way through. And there are deers. So now we are here, and there is a possibility for me to follow the what was the name, Rumakuru, and follow it back to Saariselkä, and then ride these city trails, but they are not very difficult. So I will instead take this other path. So I will go to the right side, or actually to the left, and we'll go towards Rumakuru. And if you are a beginner rider, this Rumakuru, at least so far, looks very easy. And I was thinking that I will need to go through the water, but no, that's fine. Some uphill again, and at some point there will be a very nice downhill section. So I am following Rumakuru track, and this is what I now see at the back. Check that out, it's very nice. And look at this scenery, how beautiful this is. And as you see, I am above the tree line, and Saariselkä is just over there, I think, or maybe over there behind the hill. Again, I am following Rumakuru, and now ahead there is a really epic descent. So let's ride it. This is quite rocky and gravelly, but it's so nice to ride downhill after all these climbs I have done so far. Wow, that's actually pretty nice track, really cool. And here you can see there are quite a lot of rocks on the way, but you just need to rely on your bike and try not to catch any of them. And this is suitable for all levels of riders, as long as you take it slow. You cannot even see how wide I am smiling right now. The bike suspension is working really hard to keep me upright. So suspension tune, very important to your body weight at these kind of conditions of riding. I have now ridden this part, this bit of the trail, and of Rumakuru trail. It is about 2 kilometers, but the descent is, I think, 1 kilometer 500 meters or so, and it was very fun. So if you will come here, if you're a beginner, this loop, I guess, can be quite good for you to try to ride. And there is nice descent, or you can push uphill and go other way. And this uphill is definitely sketchy and challenging one, as it has lots of rocks. Okay, now it starts to be really steep, so I will have to walk. Have pushed the bike for around 200 meters uphill and gained around 60 meters in elevation. So now I am at 400 meters again, and yeah, that last bit was not really rideable, but I'm here not for the easy tracks, but for the wonderful views. And just look at that, just look at that thing in front. How amazing is that? This is why you come to Lapland, and this is why you come to this track, to enjoy the views and enjoy nice single tracks. This is Kiilopää, so we are here, and we still need to travel about 2 kilometers forward, and there are some weird structures ahead, and these are very interesting rock formations. They do not look very normal. I'm not sure again what is the history behind this, but they look really cool. Check this out. And as you can see from here, it's not the trail anymore, but it's a forest road. All right, and this is not sure how deep. Not deep at all. In general, I really like the variations which Urho Kekkonen National Park provides. You have everything from gravel roads, and then you have these forest roads with the stone, then you have the single track, then you have the routes, then you have very steep climbs and really long flowy descents. So it's everything in here. If you like mountain biking, this is what you definitely should be doing here. find another stream. Let's see if it's rideable. Yeah, it is. And here, as I am already at the forest line, it is considerably warmer than up there on the hills. My rear tire feels very soft. It means that at some point I have probably got a small puncture and it was sealed by the tire sealant, so hopefully it will not deflate too much. I am at Piispanoja, and now the idea is to follow this bit for 1.8 kilometers to Laanila and then take the Ruijanpolku down and then go to Kiilopää. And there are some deers just over there. Check those out. The small one and the bigger one. I think it's a mother and a cub. So I am at Laanila at the moment, and this is the map of the area, and here I am here, and now the very fun single track which is called Ruijanpolku will start from here. So I will go to the south towards Kiilopää and then go this road, small road back. The national park bit is cleared, and now I'm outside of the national park, and as you can see here the border goes over here. So in this part actually mountain biking is allowed everywhere. All right, so and this is the starting point of Ruijanpolku, and let's see what it has to offer. Should be an amazing single track, and as you see the sun is setting behind me, really beautiful. And now little by little I start to feel that I do not have that much power in my legs anymore after riding 30k within national park. That's an amazing trail. That's really nice. Wow, made it. Yeah, that's cool descent. Nice. And wooden bridges over here, they are totally different condition than they were in Urho Kekkonen National Park. I'm still climbing 340 meters above sea level. So I am at the middle of Ruijanpolku, and these are the amazing views around here. And Urho Kekkonen National Park is over there. As you see those hills there, these are the ones that I've been riding amongst. And the highest peak, the Kiilopää peak, just over there, you see behind the trees. And this is where I'm going. As I'm almost at the end of my trip, I would do a brief overview of the trail already now. In total it will be around 45-50 kilometers. Who is this trail for? The loop that I have done, it is for the more experienced mountain bikers. For all the other riders, for the beginners and average riders, well, I consider myself as average as well actually, but if you are not sure in your riding abilities, there are still a lot of other routes that you can do in Urho Kekkonen National Park, as this national park been opened very recently for mountain biking. There are still not that many mountain bike specific maps available, so you have to navigate according to the map that they have on the walking route, and they do not show how easy or how challenging the each section is. This trail that I'm currently riding on and bit seems to be a bit more tricky and technical, but the other side was actually quite nice and easy rideable for beginners as well. In general, I was really surprised how nice this trail was, a combination of trails. There are lots and lots of different variation for the riding, and this is the bridge that keeps the reindeer away from that area, from escaping. That's actually pretty tricky with the bike. This is quite steep. So this is the fencing between the reindeer owners associations. So as you know, all the reindeers, they belong to someone, and they walk free on different territories, and in order them not to mix with each other, they make this kind of fences. So wonderful single track continues, and this Ruijanpolku starts to be quite easy again. So there was that only one challenging section that was pretty tricky to ride. I love descending on this trail. This is so cool. Woohoo! A very last section has to be done on the road, as I did not find any good trails here. It is only around 400 meters. Whew. The trail is done. Was amazing experience, very nice. I definitely suggest riding in Urho Kekkonen National Park to everyone. There are many different levels of trails here, and the variation that I have done, it is only one choice that you can do here, and I especially wanted to ride something a little bit more challenging that would be suitable for more experienced riders, and this is what I got. I have around 42 kilometers on the meter, and as I will take all the detours of the GPS track, I will then see the real number, but it's around 40. And now my gimbal has died already, so it is time to end this review. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I will see you at the next trail adventure.